and welcome to a video by me, the GamerWolfSix of alcoholism. Yay! A subject that as a society we love to talk about, and openly. Now, sarcasm aside, I'm making this video because it's an outlet for me, also hopefully an outlet for other people, and also hopefully to prevent people in the future that might fall into the trappings of alcoholism to be warned about it and try and avoid it. Now, I consider myself a problem drinker, not an alcoholic, but who, says they are without, having interventions and people, talking about them. I haven't ever had one, and I don't believe I've been ever called an alcoholic, but, I do notice some trappings that I've had in the past and I've worked on and gotten better at. I noticed it a couple of years ago when, I was unemployed or underemployed. Right now I'm in college, hopefully about to finish my thesis soon, hopefully, but that's another subject entirely. And, it was a period of my life where I drank a whole bunch, and I remember a morning where I was like, oh, so this is what it's like to, wake up sober, because I drank a lot and frequently, and let's just say there was a good amount of time where I woke up and was like, oh, I'm hungover again, as usual. So yeah, I've just been working on it, because, there's lots of bad things about drinking. There's, bad for health reasons, it's bad for your brain and for your heart and liver and kidneys. It's a carcinogen, and if you don't know what that means, it causes cancer. It's bad for your wallets because, especially if you live in a small town, because they have to import that stuff and it costs more than the usual thing, and you can really see your wallet go down a hill when, you buy something, drink it, and then a couple of days later go buy more stuff. It's, bad for your livelihood because you can't really do stuff or you do it bad. I can maybe make YouTubes under the influence, granted not that good, videos, but I prefer not to, which is a thing I don't really do. Maybe once every now and then, but I'm, drinking less and stuff like that. And you can lose your job from that. Not me personally, because I haven't gotten that bad, but I do know people close to me that have lost their jobs because of alcoholism. And, what's another thing? Oh yeah, your mental state. One of the big reasons recently, well, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the things I've noticed as I've gotten older is for a day or two after I drink, I have some severe amount of anxiety and also just, being unhappy. Go for a good couple of days without alcohol, I feel pretty good. The day after drinking, just really bad anxiety, and I just, don't have high self-esteem. Again, another reason why I'm, quitting drinking. And again, I say quitting because, optimally I would never want to drink again and also never drink again and also never want to drink again. But, trying to get low is my goal anyways. Drink less or never drink again, but maybe still have it. But, still have the want to do it. But I'm slowly getting there over the years. Hey, yeah, it's just, it feels good to, get myself out of the trappings a bit slowly, but, So that's me personally. I can't think of anything else on this subject. Don't have a thing to write down, and even if I did, to use face rig, I put my glasses off so I can't actually see. Okay, I can see, but not very well. So, let's see society stuff. Man, when you actually notice about alcoholism, you see how alcohol is just fucking everywhere. It's more common than Geico commercials and stuff like that. I remember like a week ago I was looking at a magazine and there was like several advertisements for alcohol on there. When I go into Twitter to post something, half the advertisements, or at least 25%, are for alcohol. When, well, I don't have television anymore because apparently they don't decide to not have it at school because people don't use TV. But when I had it, it was there was like maybe at least two alcohol commercials between shows. Like alcohol is fucking everywhere in society. Like when you notice about alcoholism, it's kind of like the movie They Live. You put on the glasses and you see that shit's everywhere. And like people drink or talk about drinking when it's not even an advertisement or something like that. The thing that I just find kind of funny but also pisses me off is like anti-smoking commercials. Cause I see them on TV. Some of them are good. Some of them are cringe-worthy, like it's memes, and some of them are, happy tree friends mixed with a pair of lungs. You might have seen that commercial on TV. The thing that just kind of pisses me off is it's like commercial time. Hey, you're old. There's a girl half your age at the bar. Drink this beer, and she'll probably want to have sex with you because you're interesting. Next up, let's gruesomely do something horrible to this pair of lungs because smoking's bad for you, which it is. But yeah. Next commercial. We are young, so drink our rum and have lots of hot sex, etc., etc., etc. It's just like there's a contrast right here, and I know like 2 people that do dip, 3 people that do smoking ish, maybe 2, something like that. I know some people that used to smoke and don't smoke anymore. I know like 15 alcoholics, and I'm not meaning like somebody that drinks heavily or like the old, not old housewife, but the age housewife that's like, it's 12 o'clock, it's good time to drink, or the guy that's like, hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm talking about people that have gone to rehab several times, who have had interventions, who have lost entire days because they were like completely plastered, who have lost jobs, who have died because of complications due to alcoholism or directly because of alcoholism. Like, it's a lot of people. I guess I'm also mushing in the family subject in here because, I have people in my family that are alcoholics, or used to because they're now dead because of alcoholism. Like, I'm trying to keep this kind of vague because I don't believe I'll be famous. I would doubt they would ever see this, but like, on the offset, I don't want to be like, this is the person that has alcoholism, because that wouldn't be good because of it. But, I have a close family member that does have, well, that is an alcoholic, like, very violent one, in a way, punching, kicking, stuff like that. They had a good life before. They had, I guess, a nice car. They were married, had dogs, had a house. They had a nice job and got an award for getting a lot of money for the company. Like, things are pretty well, but also that was the period of time where it came out that they were an alcoholic. I remember getting a phone call from, a family member. Well, I missed the phone call, but I hearing the voicemail with my mom teary-eyed, so I guess, it's like a close family member being like, hey, I really need to talk to your dad. Well, teary-eyed, well, I could hear she was crying and stuff like that, and, what was the other thing I was gonna say? Well, yeah, I remember then going downstairs. Oh, yeah, my parents are divorced, and that's why she called me to talk to them. And, just seeing my dad on the phone with her and me find out later that a close family member of mine is a very bad alcoholic. Um, they, like, they've been to rehab several times, sober living center. They're at one again. First time you're like, hey, hopefully this will go well. The second time, hopefully this will go well. Third, fourth, fifth time, they go to rehab, sober living center, stuff like that. You hope, but then it's kind of like, at some points you're just like, they're really suffering. You wouldn't be surprised if you hear that they died, and this is really harsh, but a small part of you are kind of like, maybe, hopefully, it will be over soon so they don't have to go through years of all this stuff. Being maybe homeless at some point. I mean, they're very low on money. Parts of my family have given them money to try and do it, and it's enabling, I guess. Stop giving them money now. They're in, not sober living, but something like that. I say, boy, talking about this is kind of rough, because my face feels numb right now, and I could really go for a cup of coffee. Granted, that would make my anxiety and stuff a bit high again. But, yeah, it's rough, which I'm glad that I haven't told my parent, well, told one of them that, like, I felt the trapping, so I'm trying to drink less, and I told both my parents that, like, hey, I'm trying to drink less. That's my New Year's resolution, and I do better, but, there's a damn good. I can go for several days not thinking about alcohol. I could have alcohol in front of me. Don't fucking care. But then every now and then, I'm like, God, I could really go for a bunch of alcohol. Like, sometimes I'm just sitting there. I can't really do anything. I'm tired. I'm just like, man, I really want to go for some alcohol. I really want to drink. I want to get drunk. Sometimes I just want to taste, like, rum and coke again, or rum and something, because that's one of my favorite drinks, and stuff. But, yeah. It's just a lot of work. It's kind of like, I don't know. I think of it like a sand trap kind of thing where, if you're around the rim, you don't have to work too hard to, get away from it, but if you're, like, deep in it, you really have to work hard to get better, and if you, like, don't keep your mind on it, then you can very quickly just fall deeper into the hole, so you have to constantly be mindful about it. I still drink, but I try to do less because I do not want to end up like that family member. But, yeah. And, like, I tell people that I try not to drink. I do drink. I get people on Discord, like, know that I drink sometimes and stuff like that. But then it's like, I want to try to be better because, hey, I get to have more money that I can spend on fun things, or, just keep it in my bank account so, like, I could maybe buy a house in the future. Granted, that's a whole economics thing. I don't want to be down that road of me being cynical. But, yeah, feeling better. It's really nice to be like, ooh, it's been a week since I've drank or more. I feel energetic. I feel great. I don't have, my anxiety is a lot less. My depression, non-existent or less, something like that. It's all good stuff to not be that. And, I don't have to worry about me worrying my parents over, like, alcoholism. Yeah, that was a whole tangent on that point. So, more about family. I know that my uncle, like, is an alcoholic and also a bit of a drug addict, or at least that's what my mom says. They don't have a good relationship. But, I know he's lost a job and stuff like that. And speaking of the family member before, they've lost several jobs. They lost that main job. They've lost other jobs. They've foundered, passed out at... Okay. Well, I was trying to keep it more vague, but yeah. Yeah, fuck. Whatever. They found them passed out at work and had to give them CPR and stuff like that. Like, it's been very bad. They've been kicked out of uh, apartments because the landowner was sick of having ambulances come over to revive them. Like, it's been really bad for them, and it's just like, I'm hoping they would get out of that hole, but society, American society, doesn't talk about alcoholism, and at best, a bunch of the recovery places are just places that will be like, you'll be back, just give us thousands of dollars. Like, some of them are good, but then others are just like, we're using this thing to either get money or just spread our religious message or something like that. But knowing that, just don't say no to rehab if you're having a problem. Like, this is a bad message I'm putting there, but it's like, they're good rehab places. You should try them, and you should try, like, going to things if you are having this problem to, like, speak out and all this stuff. I know some. I tried to look on Ancestry because I made a thing, but, it's. There's some, like, I think, grand uncle or something like that who died directly because of alcoholism. So yeah, 3 family members, and me being like, I have tendencies. Like, I watch BoJack Horseman. That, like, I remember seeing a thing that I used to do on BoJack Horseman where it's like, it was that one scene where he pulls out a vodka bottle and there's markings on it being like, this thing Tuesday, this thing Wednesday, this thing Thursday, and then he sees midnight and then takes a swig. Like, I had a time where I was like, need to try and taper that out. Only gonna have this many units of alcohol at this point in time. Stuff like that. I don't do that anymore, thank God. Um, I try to not keep alcohol in the house because, like, mainly because I buy alcohol, I drink a bunch of it. The next day, I have so much anxiety that just looking at it, I'm like, I cannot stand to have this shit in this house because it is making me really fucking anxious. I need to just get rid of it. Granted, that's why I don't usually buy a ton of it. Because if, like, yeah. And it's like, I know there's, like, other things I've been like, oh, that's me, or that used to be me. And it's like, ugh. I try. That's why I am improving, or trying to improve. I'm improving. It just takes, work. It's, again, the sand trap. It takes a lot of work to try and work your way out of that hole. Well, anyways, I said like 14 alcoholics or something like that, so that's like 3 I said. Um, yeah, I'm just thinking of stuff. There's one of my old bosses, her 2 children, they've been to rehab. Um, I think there was the husband of one family member, I think, no, not husband of family, husband of a coworker, they're dead. Um, let's see. Family member of another coworker. Um, can I say no alcoholics? I mean, there's one that's like somebody that came into work who was talking about it, that they know friends that would be like, what day is it? And they said, the friend would say, it's this day. And they were like, I missed an entire day drinking. And let's see, who else? That's like 9-ish if you count that one person. Uh, there's a friend. I know there's a friend, but I can't specifically remember who. There's my sister's friend, or maybe ex-friend now, who, um, that her friends and practically the entire family there are, you know, before lunch drinking, that's like pretty bad shit. Um, hmm. A girl that I think I was interested. I think she might be an alcoholic. The, let's just say she likes drinking and she apparently is unreliable or something like that. I don't know. Like I saw her in class a couple of times. Like a class that I would kind of help do, and then I wouldn't see her for like several months out of the semester, kind of thing. Uh, yeah, I just feel like alcohol is the epidemic that people kind of know about, but people don't really talk about. It's kind of like opioids, except, you know, I don't know anybody that's on opioids. I don't know anybody that's died of opioids, like, besides celebrities. And I personally know, or know of people who know, like, alcoholics, like, a lot of them. It's just everywhere. It's something that's, as a society, it's like, here's a movie specifically about drinking, or, trying to be underage drinking, or movies where the cast is supposed to be, drunk a good amount of the time, like, I don't know, Animal House or something like that. What's that one super bad about trying to get alcohol for a girl so she'll have sex with him? Or something. There's like drinking games, things where it's like, hey, you're gonna vomit, but drink as much as you can because fuck it. There's, hey, you need to be a manly person by being able to drink so much alcohol, and it's like, hey, that's bad for your health and bad for your money, and alcohol companies love it. I mean, like, I live in a small town here. I can't say go out and do a lot of things and have a pulse on the community because, I'm just kind of me. I'm the lone wolf kind of walking around at the edge of society being like, okay, that's what you're doing. I will do my own stuff, which is, video games and YouTube and whatnot, and cooking. But, it's pretty bad here. I mean, whenever I go to the recycling place to put in, like, Snapple or, like, sometimes my alcohol bottles, but, like, soda or whatnot, it's like, a large majority of the bottles I see in the recycling area are alcohol bottles. Beer, liquor, though I guess almost equal amounts of beer and liquor. It's like there's a lot of alcohol going through people's veins. I like whenever you think of Russia, it's like, oh, they're drinking a lot, and then that's outward stuff. Here, it's like people drink. Like, it would be interesting to see the comparison between America and Russia. I just feel like Russia is a lot more open about, hey, people drink too much and people are alcoholics. I guess maybe it's more socially acceptable-ish. I'm not sure about with Putin being anti-alcoholism, if it's kind of subsided a bit. I don't know. Here in America, I think it's just like people drink, people love to drink, but when it comes to the subject of drinking too much and alcoholism, that's just something we're like, hush, hush, don't talk about that stuff. Because it's a taboo to talk about alcoholism. You need to talk about it anonymously. All that stuff. And that's the reason why I'm talking about it, because it's like, me to personally vent, because I try to drink less, I'm drinking less, but it's still something I need to work on. Something that, I need to vent every now and then, be like, I periodically get urges to get alcohol, and a decent amount of the time I do go on those urges, unfortunately. Granted, it's a lot less often than it used to, but still. Like, I just like to play video games and stuff and have baths and whatnot. Just, I need to understand that, like, certain points in time I just need to be like, okay, I can't do anything. I have the urge to drink alcohol. How about I just, not do anything for long? Not make YouTube videos, not play video games, not be socially active. I just need to lay on the floor, or lay in my bed, or sit in my chair, and just fucking chill, you know? I just need to recharge my batteries, not like drink or anything like that. I just need to chill for a bit, you know? And then if I don't go for those trappings, then I'm like, yay, I feel better now. I didn't drink, I'm feeling good, money in the pocket, all that stuff. Man, it can be hard sometimes because, like, it's definitely a monkey on the back, you know? It's, do you want to get drunk? No, I don't want to drink. Well, you should probably drink. No, I don't want to drink. Do you feel tired? You should drink. No. Can you please shut the fuck up? And then maybe you're like, okay, maybe I'll get some beer and drink. And it's like, well, I mean, you don't want to be somewhat drunk and, want more alcohol. I mean, you never drunk drive, but yeah, and I know that some of my family members drunk drive. Ugh. But, like, you don't drink drive, so you might want to get more, just in case, you want to get a bit more drunk. It's like, shut up. I am trying to do shit. I don't want to have that fucking monkey on the back all the time. Well, not all the time. It's not all the time, but it's definitely, you feel that monkey, like, maybe once a week or something like that. Like, if it's a bad week, twice a week. But it's definitely, like, it's something that wears down on your limited supply of willpower. And it's like, dude, just, yeah. And, you can, like, wear that monkey out, and then you're like, yeah, I feel good, I can be productive, yada, 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 I don't have to be anxiety the next day and stuff like that. And there was another thing I was thinking about. Like, another, what's the word? The symbolism thing, like there's a sand trap, there's a monkey on the back. It's kind of hard to, talk and think about things, especially when you feel a bit emotional, like when you talk about your parents calling you about, your family member's alcoholism problem. It's pretty rough. Um, hmm. Oh, yeah. I remember watching a movie like a long time ago when I would just, go to the theater and watch movies because I still looking for a job, didn't have anything else to do except apply and then see what I would do with my day. I remember seeing Flight, which, I think it's Samuel Jackson. Basically, a movie that is about him being in an accident when flying an airplane because of not his fault, and he has alcohol in his system. Not a lot, but like alcohol in his system. They have to do blood tests, and him and his lawyer trying to get around, trying to be like, oh, it's not him that was drinking alcohol, in case he could lose his job and go to jail. But then also him trying to deal with his alcohol problems, and then there's a girl that has, I think, drug and alcohol problems or something like that. And definitely things where it's like he throws out all the alcohol in his house, and then later he buys more alcohol, and then stuff like that. And like, definitely him. Spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, it's the night before the trial, he's in a hotel room, his fridge doesn't have any alcohol in it, and then he sees the door that's connected to his is unlocked or open or something like that, and there's alcohol in there, and he puts the bottle on the table, stares at it, walks away, and you're like, oh, a happy ending, and then you see the hand just come in and take the bottle, and then they find him passed out. The next day he goes to trial, and he's like, I need to do the right thing. I was drinking. I'm drunk right now. And then he goes to jail and he's like, hey, I'm sober and I feel alright. And he talks to his son, who was estranged and all that stuff. It's an interesting, good movie. Which, like, it appeared, like, a lot more and stuff. But, like, again, society, especially in America, isn't particularly fond of talking about alcoholism, which is why I'm talking about it here. Yeah, it's a good vent to vent. Yeah. After this, I should probably just have a cup of coffee. Maybe not make a let's play. Just play a video game like Master of Orion, or what's a game that I would want to play on my own time. Gonna want to play Darkest Dungeon. I remember deleting it because my entire party wiped and I got pissed. Granted, that day was, me drinking. Maybe not War Thunder, Warframe or something like that. Just something where I can just be like, I'm venting all this energy that I'm putting. I'm being naked on the internet, and not in the good way or anything like that. I'm just being like, hey, look at me, I'm vulnerable. I'm personally a problem drinker. Again, I wouldn't want to say alcoholic. Like, but it's like, I do have work that I need to, work on myself with. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just thought of another person I know is an alcoholic. Or something that's like, I hope to drink less, but they drink a lot. Oh, that could also be saying Podcal and the Kettle Black or whatnot. Oh, yeah. There's an app called Booster Buddy, which I use to, mark when I drink. It's kind of funny because, I used to have it a couple years ago, and, when you look at the calendar and it's like, this is the day I drink, it's like, a good amount of that calendar is red, and now it's like, once, twice a week, preferably less than once a week. Which it's nice to look at your calendar, like how often you drink. It's like, oh, it's got 1 or 2 red things in a month. Like maybe if a bad month, 3 or 4 or something like that. But it's like, hey, there's all these empty spaces. I'm doing so much better. Maybe reward myself by getting, I don't know, a commission or something. Because, hey, I'm a FOE. Am I admitting that? I mean, I guess I'll put going to a convention or whatever. Yeah. It's just something I hope that people look at this stuff, and if they have an alcoholic problem, they're like, I should probably think about tapering myself off. Or going, maybe we should talk about the family member or the friend that has an alcoholism problem. Maybe they should, if they aren't going to intervention, they should have an intervention, or they should go to rehab or something like that. I know I said earlier that, a bunch of them are just money grabbing and stuff like that, but, there's some good ones. And you shouldn't say no to at least trying to go to rehab or an AA meeting. Granted, I don't particularly like AA, because when I looked it up after I found my sister, god damn it. Oh well, are you gonna know my family? Do you know where I live? Do you know my last name? You don't even know my first name and stuff like that. But, yeah, I don't particularly like him, because it's like, you need to say that you're powerless and that there's a higher power and all that stuff. The 12 tens or something like that, which I can understand that you're weak. Alcohol is you're weak to it, but I wouldn't say powerless, because then that's like, it's the ultimate power against me. It's like, personally, I'm like, alcohol is a weakness to me. I'm not powerless. I work on it. I have problems with it, but I'm working on it and getting better. Not powerless, just, I need to build up a resistance to alcohol, but not in the bad way. Which it is, because, I notice that when I drink, I'm drinking less, because while I still get drunk, it takes me less to get drunk, which, yay. And preferably we won't have to deal with that in the future. Because it's nice to not drink. I don't know how long this video is. I didn't record it because, I tend to space on my computer. And I don't want to rush myself. I want to be like, I don't want to, end this video and be like, oh, I forgot to say that one thing. Or anything like that. Um, yeah, I wish as a society we'd have less, we'd have less alcoholism, less drinking. Nice if we could get rid of a bunch of alcohol commercials. It'd be fucking nice if, like, I don't know, there was something out there that was, you know, alcoholism awareness or anti-alcohol. The only thing I have ever seen on any sort of advertisement about alcoholism or stuff like that is commercials about rehab, which also have drugs or something like that. And it's like, Geico, you have a commercial about awareness of driving while, on your phone. How about one about alcoholism? You make a whole bunch of shitty commercials and you have tons of them everywhere. How about one for alcoholism? Though I guess you don't want to alienate the people that drink. Or, like, I don't know, all those commercials about don't smoke, which, it's good that they have anti-smoking commercials when I go to, like, I don't know, maybe Canada or definitely Europe. There's like, oh, there's people that smoke? Wow, that's weird. Um, it'd be kind of nice if, was it thetruth.org, like, did something about alcohol, not just smoking and vaping, having those shitty commercials about those puppets being like, "Wah," just being fucking annoying. I haven't seen any anti-drug commercials in a while. I remember the one with the egg, where it's like, this is your brain on drugs, and your family and all that stuff, where she's smashing the whole place. It'd be nice if it'd be kind of nice to see some commercial being like, this is alcoholism. Don't do it. It's bad. Alcoholism's bad. Like, the only thing I see is somewhat anti, like, alcoholism is, like, BoJack Horseman, I guess, because, like, when it comes to Rick and Morty, it does put him up on a pedestal, like, he's a high-functioning alcoholic. But with BoJack Horseman, like, with Rick, there are some times when he's, like, drunk beyond all belief, and he kind of fucks shit up in a bad way, but then usually it's a good way, and sometimes with BoJack Horseman, it's like, this guy's got a problem, he's trying to work on it, it's slow, it takes a lot of effort and stuff like that, but it's like, alcohol is not doing this guy any favors. And stuff like that. It doesn't do bunches of people favors. It's like BoJack Horseman, Flight. There isn't a lot of things where it shows alcoholism in a bad light, or more than a one-off character thing that we never talk about later, like Monk, where one of his assistant's mothers is like, again, the assistant's like, should you be drinking at this time? And the mother looks at her watch and is like, it's 12 o'clock, okay? And they never, like, really discuss that afterwards. It's just that she's a bit more liberal about her drinking. Well, I'm not sure how many people are going to watch this or how long into it they're going to watch it. Because it's probably, I don't know, a good long time since I started this. Maybe 30 minutes, I don't know. Seems like a long time, but when you're going on about your own problem, drinking problems of others, of society, stuff like that, your parallels to drinkers and alcoholics on, like, television, media, and stuff like that, it's like, time seems to kind of be a bit weird. What time is it, anyways? 11:41. It's been a while. Maybe we'll go on a jog. I kind of want to get out. Today's not really a workout day, but I kind of want to just physically get the energy out. Stuff like that. I do have to work in the laboratory. It's Sunday, but, thesis. I do stuff on my own time. I know what to do. I have stuff written down. Apparently, I'm one of the experts here because I'm really good at what I do. I'm glad I uh, don't go to class. Like, again, another thing about drinking is that feeling of when you wake up and like you have a class and you're hungover and you're just like, I just need to keep it together for an hour and then I can go home and just be an unhappy anxiety mess at home. Just stuff like that. Uh, I do feel anxious right now. It's been like a couple of days since I drank, but I still feel my anxiety and the bad, unhappy things that you get when after drinking last a lot longer for me. Which is one reason why I don't want to drink, because it's like it makes me feel bad. It also makes me less productive. And it's just like I don't want to have that. Speaking of like other bad things of when drinking, it's just like I don't want to wake up on the floor. I don't want to be like, oh, there's vomit over there. That's bad. I don't want me to be like, did I do something not particularly good last night? I remember getting really drunk some time ago and losing my black fluffy tail, and that's something that really pisses me off, and it's like that's the reason why I want to not drink again, and I want to drink again. I don't want to drink again. But again, it's a hole that you just need to, work your way out and always be cautious that, you don't. I wish that tooltips just stopped popping up. That, be cautious that you don't let your guard down and sink further into a hole, Like, I'm on an upward trajectory. That's a positive thing. I'm doing better, but I always need to be cautious so I don't turn into my family members. Like, not my family members, but like, okay, got 3. No, well, yeah, I need to make sure that I don't let that piece of genetic material that makes me susceptible to alcoholism, I don't let that shit get me. I need to have better outlets, which I do. I need to make sure that I'm on an upward trajectory out of that hole. I need to, be better physically and mentally. Because, like, I get depressed. I've had really bad depression in the past. Granted, it wasn't next to alcoholism, though. There was also another depression where it was next to alcoholism. Problem drinking, whatever. Well, I guess in short, fuck society, because it's like, drinking's fine, drink as much as you can, because yay! And stuff like that. I'm improving and I need to improve. I hope if you have a problem, you improve. I hope if you know people that need to fix it, you suggest that they improve. You get an intervention for them or with them or something like that. Maybe I'll get myself a cup of coffee from that one place, because I drink lots of coffee. It's one of the things of, not drinking. I drink lots of coffee because I don't fucking know. Maybe I just need something in my mouth. Or maybe I just, whatever. But I love coffee. Yeah, it gives a little bit of anxiety, but definitely not nowhere as near as alcohol, which is nice. Get that nice coffee shop where it has mochas, but stuff. Hot mocha, which I'm Englishman, drinking hot beverages during summertime in the desert. I just blew off the tissue that said which one of these keys is F9, the thing where I stop recording. I should stop, recording. Because I think I've said everything I need to say and want to say. Yeah. So, improving. Hope to do better. Hope you're improving if you have a problem. Hope you're aware of alcohol problems. Don't think I'm gonna monetize this video because I just feel like it's more PSA than stuff. So yeah, thanks and see ya.